Some psychology facts about marriage. Technically, couples who live together before they are married are more likely to get divorced in the long run, but there is a loophole. So if you are not married and you want to live with your significant other, you are more likely to get divorced in the long run if you were just living together to test the relationship. Also, if the reason you live together before you are married is because you want to spend more time together, that is also a bad sign, and a lot of people who are like that end up in divorce. But if you live together because of income or because it's just financially smarter to live together, those couples actually end up staying together. So my advice, don't live together before you get married. And that's the tea. A lot of people talk about the divorce rates are actually going down, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, that's such a great thing. Actually, they're going up, just less people are getting married, so still be careful. Also, what I think is crazy is that birth order can determine if you are going to have a successful marriage or not.
I keep it juicy, I eat that lunch, so keep that booty.
Here's a tip for moving on from someone toxic. If someone is pushing you away, but then blaming you for leaving, they might have had a severe abandonment trauma in their childhood, which causes them to make up stories in their head to make sense of the fear that they feel. Don't wait around for them to acknowledge the truth or make amends in order for you to let go and move on. Some people are not healthy enough to sit with the discomfort that they'll feel if they acknowledge that they wronged somebody, which is probably why they're blaming you. You can't expect somebody to acknowledge their wrongdoings for you to let go and move on. Your healing is up to you.
Well, now really, when we go back then to falling in love and say it's crazy, falling. See? We don't say rising into love.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Oh, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
Psychology life hacks that you must know. I legit use these every single day without fail, so pay attention. If someone's ever telling you something and they look to the left, they're lying. Literally blatantly lying. And if you ask them if they're lying, they will literally freeze up. When you're in a group of friends, literally just sit back, relax, and analyze everyone. If someone cracks a joke, check them to see who they're looking at, because that person is the person they need the most approval from. Body language is everything. If someone's feet is facing towards you, they feel comfortable and open towards you. If their feet are facing away, they feel closed off and reserved. This is a good way to find out if your friends are fake or not.
And if that was coming for you, I'd give my life on you. 'Cause you are the reason why I'm staying.
I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that. I could lie, say I like it like that.
Psychology tricks on how to get your crush to actually like you back. If you act super excited every time you see somebody, they're eventually going to be really excited to see you back and not even know why. You could also take this the next step further and figure out your crush's favorite type of candy, and then give them that candy every time you see them. If you do this enough, eventually, even after you stop giving them candy, they're still going to have that subconscious reaction to be very happy to see you. You need to show subtle signs that you're interested in this person, be able to spark an interest back in you. So like if there's a dance or a party or something and they ask you, oh hey, are you going? Say something along the lines of like, oh, only if you're going. It's going to show that you like being around them, and it's definitely going to bubble up some questions within themselves. This one might come off as obvious, but just like be you. Don't try to be somebody that you think your crush might like, because it's going to come off as way more genuine if you just let your personality shine through rather than trying to act like somebody you're not. Besides, your personality is what's going to make you likable, and those little quirks that you have are usually what somebody likes the most about you.
Thoughts on Doja Cat? She's trash. I'm not talking about that girl.
What a time to be alive. Living in the picture, banging on my hotline.
Psychology tricks on how to get your crush to actually like you back. Part 3. The best advice that I've ever gotten is to treat your crush like you would a new acquaintance. You don't meet somebody new and then immediately expect daily texts or hanging out once a week, or you don't overthink like everything you do and say around them. And this is exactly how you should treat your crush, because it's going to help you relax a little bit. It's going to show you you're not completely obsessed with this person, even if you are, and it's going to make all these other tricks a lot easier if you just don't overthink it. For the love of God, please compliment the person that you like. Genuinely compliment them. If you like a guy, they probably don't get compliments all that often. So when you do say something nice, they're going to eat it up and it's going to stick with them a lot longer. But if you like a girl, they probably get a little bit more compliments. So you have to make it stand out. Don't just say, hey, I like your shoes. Say, hey, I really like how you wear your hair down like that. It looks really good. Or like, hey, I really like the color of that shirt. It makes your eyes pop. This sounds obvious, but not everybody does it. Take the extra steps to be attractive. Work out, eat right, do your hair. Nobody's gonna fall in love with you when you're walking around Target in your PJs and flip-flops.
Life hacks from a psychology student, part 17. If you guys want to improve your memory in an exam, you can use a little hack called context-dependent retrieval. Use a perfume you've never used before. It's got to be an unfamiliar smell. Spray this smell on you for the first time while you're actually revising for the exam. Then don't use that smell again until you go into the exam. Because the smell is the same during memory formation and retrieval, you're going to be more likely to remember the stuff in the exam.
I've always been told one day I'll find somebody who changes my mind. If they come along